Hi, welcome to the program. My name is Abman Kota, and you are watching the Tpn TV and Radio Network, coming to you live from the United States of America. Today, we get one important topic we want to discuss today. Now the program, and it got to do with the invitation way. The court invited the former president, Ernest Bai Koroma, now the Commission of Inquiry. And this is very, very important because if you are listing waiting they go on social media don't become so toxic that people like we, so we are very much concerned waiting this social media tools so they use, how it get for end up for we own future, we own political future. If you go on social media and begin to listen or they read from different sources, then whether from the SLPP or from the APC, you will find out saying there are so many misinformation they go around. First of all, one of the things we get from the SLPP is the fact that Ernest Koroma finally they don't invite him for making it go appear at the Commission of Inquiry, and this. Some APC members, the way they're not able to understand, or maybe they understand, but they're not, they're so, desperate for, bring that country into disrepute. Then they use them for make the hype the tension between people in Sierra Leone. The SLPP say they don't invite Ernest Bai Koroma for making it appear before the Commission of Inquiry. That, if you look at the context in which then they put them in, it seems like finally now kind of an indictment. Well, the APC, some folks like the APC also use that like saying an indictment. But when you look at the letter, the notice, where the Commission of Inquiry sent to the former president, Ernest Bai Koroma, not to insert self get case na the courts. Not to him. Like we then say they indict you for making you appear before court, for making you answer questions. That's not to so it be. There is a case where they go on the Commission of Inquiry where some of the witnesses then we get for go appear, well, now yesterday actually, for appear, for make them go talk about their cases then they don't begin talk, they don't bring in Ernest Bai Koroma in name. For say, now one of the people then we actually approve some of their transactions then they. So, for the sake of fairness, the commission write a letter to Ernest Bai Koroma for make a give and chance for make he able come if you want for come for make he can listen to this the witnesses way then get for talk about this case. If then talk about Ernest Koroma way Ernest Koroma no say not to so it be in lawyer can rebut that. They dispute that. So now the reason this way the Commission of Inquiry writes this letter to Ernest Bai Koroma say there is a case pending where it relates to you and we want for make you come if you get the chance, and this not to mandatory. If you get the chance for make you can listen to this case here, and if you're not able for come, you can send your lawyer, your attorney, for making it come in case una want for dispute certain things where the witness and they talk, una get that chance there for dispute that. But this is not the picture where the sons of anarchists on both sides they try for portray. Oh, Ernest Bai Koroma, then don't indict him, then don't invite him for making go appear at courts for so many things them. This they bring problem now we country. Like I always they say, the more I they listen to social media, the more I become more concerned about the trajectory where we country they go. very, very sad. You know, there are people where they use the politics for divide people them, not for bring people them together. These are the biggest problems we will get in Africa. We don't know what is the purpose of politics. We they use politics for divide ourselves, either based on religion or based on tribe or based on section or based on anything we get for do with differences. That's not in the main purpose for politics. The main purpose for politics is for make we able to come together, we compete. It's a kind of a competition. You bring your idea for say, okay, this is the best idea where I believe say if you not give me a chance for make I implement the ideas there, it will able to help the country. Not for pull we apart. But this don't they happen now with society. You know, Ernest Koroma has never been indicted by the Commission of Inquiry yet. Has never been indicted yet. But both sides of the aisle, they pretend like say when the indictment. Well, Ernest Koroma get for send Joseph Fitzgerald Camara, where in been the former Attorney General during Ernest Koroma regime, for make ego listing. Mr. Fitzgerald go ego listing. Musa, if you say a need for ask question, he ask question. And that's done. So just imagine how social media the fabric of society. You know, this nine I want to discuss today. We're not going for tape and the program today because we get another funeral now we minutes now. In fact, immediately after I come I done I've been cancelled this, but will not be done will not be done announce them, so I have to come in because a lot of people they depend on me for make they able to get information, especially in terms of Sierra Leone, the week news. Because I know say most people there they get information from social media, but a lot of people then they not so trust social media nowadays because anybody can come put something way not necessary. So we get a funeral again today. So that make we get for take and this program. But we want for giving the best discussion, the best information where we need for now able to make sound judgment. You know. So now that one day I make. Let me bring in now my commentators there already. And another thing also where I want to discuss also before we close the program, again for do with still the security status of we former presidents. You know, as we all know, a couple of weeks back, the security department in Sierra Leone were responsible for give security to government officials. They may send about 30 security personnel for make them go replace the former president in security bodyguards them. But what think happen, as we all know before, the presidents say they're not consultant, and according to the information, he say he used with that security, then they trust the other security with them bring come. So now other thing we want for that we discuss, and from that time up to this time, he not agree for take security from the government, and that is very, very dangerous. You know, very, very dangerous because may God forbid it anything can happen to we former president. The good news no more is Sierra Leoneans they're not so used with them kind of thing then they for just go assassinate a president like that stuff like may God forbid it. But it's very, very dangerous. Is it time for make the former president and the security office for make them sit down and talk and try to come into a common understanding so the former president will able to get insecurity there again? That's another thing we'll get for discuss. But then we go first to this invitation where the Commission of Inquiry invites Ernest Bai Koroma for making Igbo listen to a case where they on the floor where them they talk. They don't already do them. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, I think it was yesterday or Thursday actually. Now him then did that invitation day, and I think say if you don't go, don't come out there. The president said self not appear at all, but in lawyer appeared here, and that's it. So let me bring in me commentators them now. Let us start with David. Now you first come at the program today. So what do you think about this particular case? Do you think this kind of a first test where the former president they just want for test starts with this, let's see the reaction of the people there. Then if the reaction is very, very mild, then we'll definitely come now and say, you know what, it's time for Lewi bring in the bull.
Mr. Manguta, thank you for giving me the opportunity, but can I yield my time to another commentator?
Definitely. Well, Mr. Abdul. Okay.
Go back to next question.
All right. Let me go to Mr. Kabu. Mr. Kabu, what do you think about this?
Well, good afternoon, everybody. What is correct about what you explained with regards to the witnesses or the witness mentioned with regards to the sum of maybe $550,000, I want to believe, something that has to do with that.
Yeah.
The invitation is correct. That's clear that he was invited. It is correct. But that doesn't mean he's indicted. And the invitation, as you mentioned, it did say if he appear in person or if he gets a representation.
Yep.
But even at that, whether he appear in person or he gets a representation, that is in absentia. It definitely show he's the one. It doesn't matter. When the case is judged, if he's guilty, they're gonna hold him. Whether he appear or he don't appear, as long as he send a representation, they're gonna hold him. He's gonna be responsible. Whatever the penalty he's for undergo that. But with regards to the public and the indictment, the political attention is serious. And I'm telling you, everybody from the time they mentioned the word Commission of Inquiry, of course, Ernest Koroma get people away. I can't say they don't like him. When she say yes, you do a lot of embezzlement. Because you don't have to be to do your test times to know that the man embezzles and he takes the country's resources and turn them to himself. You can see the life he lived, the style he lived now, the houses he gets. What they do is they get all the information, they make their recommendation to the president. So most of the cases then, we get for do with somebody to pay money, the ACC handles that, and they tell them to pay this money, they come to a negotiation. But certain issues then were very prominent, now the inquiry when a high risk and of interest to the state, the recommendations are made to the president. And after the commission of inquiry, the lawyers of the state and the president, or through the president, and they come together and decide where to pursue, who to pursue. So that's what it is for now. We keep fingers across. They don't decide the case against them. It's just the evidence and the witnesses, and they ask Joseph, of course, Josie. They asked him where he could, and he elaborated where he could, and he said what he has to say. So that's what it is for now.
All right. Well, let me just read the invitation letter where they sent to the former president. The letter was dated on the 11th of June, 2019, and it says notice of hearing. That's not the title of the letter. It says, take note that the Justice Biobelli, Judge Will Commission of Inquiry will on Thursday, the 13th of June 2019 at 9 a.m. be receiving testimony from witnesses whose testimony are likely to touch and concern your conduct as a person of interest on issues pertaining to your activities and deliberations relative to the petroleum directorate for the period November 2007 to April 2018, sorry. You are hereby being informed of the said hearing. May you wish to attend or be represented by a council. This now the letter. Again, let me repeat. We are clearly make and then put in bold writing. You are hereby being informed of the said hearing. May you wish to attend or be represented by a council. So, electoral. You know.
Yeah, Mr. Mankota, that's just a fine word, a fine line. Remember, he's an ex-president and he's a celebrity to speak. So at least they have to give him the most possible responsible. Respect to. Being a president and an elderly person. So those words are just fine words, but don't make no mistake. they don't undermine, don't underrate them being fine words to say something. Doesn't mean that I don't know how you want to interpret it, but let me just say that those are just fine lines for him. But people who understand, probably like me and other people, and you also, and people in this radio, know that he is named by the witnesses on certain transactions that took place, and he's a person of interest. That's all. He's a person of interest. Okay? No matter how they style it,
well, Mr. Kabu,
pretty nice.
Mr. Kabu, let me ask you a question. Are you saying that this letter is a pretext for, because already they don't say in now one of the people them. So are you saying that this letter is a kind of a camouflage for say, okay, you know what? But because what we understand is, if there is anything where they want for indict Ernest Bai Koroma, then they indict him because the Commission of Inquiry get the power for indict him. So why the Commission of Inquiry begin the camouflage thing if not in the main target?
No, it's not a camouflage. It's just a professional way to invite somebody. They can't go meet him because first of all he has to defend himself. He's not guilty until proven guilty. You know that. And not only him, in actual sense, in terms of professionalism in any issue, even in offices where we communicate with people, people could be guilty or of certain things. But until it's judged, you take your time, ask him courteously to appear. If he wish, he come. If you don't wish, he come. Those are slack words they use. But don't underrate those words. It's just because, as I mentioned, the former president, an elderly person, and he commanded a constituency of a big constituency. So they have to respect him for that. He's a father, he's a husband, so they have to give him that respect. Doesn't mean that when they respected him by writing those fine words for him, doesn't mean if he's guilty, they're not going to handle him.
So you're saying if like waiting the witness then talk about say for one of the people that we actually approve this, if indeed the witness then can't say yes they approve and so then the whole arm or
it's true.
I know
of course, whatever the crime is the commensurate to, he's going to face that penalty. Whether to pay back the money or to serve some prison time or whatever or be free. Depends on the recommendation of the commission in terms of the crime committed, if at all he is guilty. So, Mr. Makota, you have to understand that those are just fine words to respect him. But that doesn't mean that if he is guilty to what he's done, he's not going to be held responsible. Definitely, he is going to be held responsible.
Well,
we pray he's not guilty. Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying Mr. Kabu Ernest Koroma no dey on trial. So how will they go talk about guilty where the man not even there on trial?
All right, he's not on trial, but the witnesses there's a pending case. A case on the pipeline where witnesses are named him. Mm-hmm. So listen, he can go and defend himself. I don't know where you see or what you see, but I think I've explained myself so much. But because maybe our perceptions are different and the way we look at things or the way we interpret things, we cannot establish that understanding between us. But what I'll tell you is he is named by a witness that this and this is what he did. So he just go Mr. Mankota, anybody can invite you. Some cases could happen.
Yeah, but I think if that's the case, then get for indict and force, right?
No, until you can indict him, in that case, they cannot just name you, say, Mr. Mankota, they see you last night and they don't teach some Tuesday, and they call you, they say, do you mind, you are a person. They call them in America people of interest. He's just a person of interest for now. But that's what I'm saying to you. He's an ex-president. He is a leader of a political party. He is a father. He's an elderly person. Those fine words, let them don't mislead you and think otherwise. The same way they write him, they have the same way to write you too. Or any other person for now is not a criminal yet. Any other wanting person is not a criminal. Everybody is just a person of interest. So go and explain. Now within the conversation and the explanation and the evidence is portrayed, then the judgment will take place and see where further interest will be looked into. This for now is a stepping stone. But okay. don't make there are more stones. I mean, there are more steps to go on as the issue reveals itself.
Okay.
And if I should with regards to his security being taken, if you want me to clear that
matter. We'll come to that. So let me just keep that first. We definitely come to the security details of President Ernest Bai Koroma. Like also,
right.
Okay, that's fine. So now we go to Ahmed Kanu. Yeah. Ahmed Kanu, what are you take on this particular topic?
Okay. Good day to everybody. As far as this invitation is concerned, Mankota and others, it's an invitational letter according to the jurisdiction of the courts. Now, everybody will find a person of interest, any kind of case. This is the kind of letter where they will always write, if not to the same step, but the pattern will almost be the same. That is, man, they invite them. They not say guilty of anything, and not under any indictment. Now make the mention if he is interested to even show up himself, or he finds a representation, a legal representation, now he own prerogative for make that decision day, and which he has already made. He sent there a lawyer, a prominent lawyer, will understand the law of the country for making to represent them, which of course JFK don't do. Now, then they go through the process. So whether President Ernest Koroma don't build a lot of mansions or not, then right now it no matter. Waiting matter. Now waiting they don't already say now a person of interest. The man can build any houses, we don't know what if he don't get, what if he don't keep. Until, evidence prove for say some of those things that he has already, accumulated as property, now thing where he guilty of where get illegally. That's not doing the matter right now. So if we begin mention property who the man gets, for making it go kind of align with waiting that the interest where they say he gets the invitation where they don't give him, that we don't begin for even prejudge the situation. And we are out of context if for bring anything when I'm property at this time. Let we see first waiting the letter of invitation reflect, and then we go able for know as the process goes on, the Anti-Corruption Commission, the investigation, which I go lead with to. But right now, for Mr. Cargo bring property talk about the money in wealth we don't accumulate by demonstrating the structures the way don't put together and so on and so forth. It's not really relevant at this time. Which side you go get for the fair? Because then all it come under justice way now within our emblem. So if we follow justice, we therefore go through a process as they try for do right now. Because people then in a salon, we actually get a lot of structures that we they not been get. And we don't even know how they put the money. When they're not even listing at the commission of inquiry names. So let we just be very patient and understanding. Let we see how the process will go. So that's all they need get for now.
Let me come back to whether Abdul or David didn't get anything for say for let we move on.
All right. I'll go to David. I'll go to David, Mr. Mankuta.
Huh?
Okay, go ahead. I can go ahead. Okay. Mr. Mankuta, based on this issue about the invitation, they have right to invite His Excellency. That's not a problem. But I want to assure most of the leaders, most of the listeners, there's nothing wrong if His Excellency approves something. When you approve something, then get for you proposal. And there is a reason for the approval. I know they follow the case in court actually. I don't know what's not the defense and the argument. But the word approve, now in the head of state, the get authority for approving, not just grab no more. He say, I go take money. They must present something to him. Well, I approve something. So this is not any big issue. I believe that the president, if he did approve him, he gets his reason why he approve him. So this is just questions and answer. Nobody know they indict president for nothing. I think that's that man where they talk that word. Nobody know they hold up for nothing. Man, just bring me water. So that's the way me look at this issue. Because if you not listen and carefully, he approved. He get right. Now in the head of state for approved stuff. And as somebody presents something to him, for get the authority, he looks at it, he believes it's of the reason, and he approve it. And he moves on. I think that's all not the issue. So for say anybody they go charge them na the commission or then they go recommend for let them go prosecute them, I don't think so that's true. What is happening? Just want for your opinion. Mr. President, did you approve this yes or no? If it's yes, he said yes, I did.
Well,
because of so I think
David,
case closed.
David?
Yes, sir.
There is more than to just approve according to the allegations. There are some people who say, in fact, the president, this is an alleged allegation. And there is nothing, proven. And say the presidency approved that at the same time, the revenue where they come, 50% of their revenue they go in pockets. So now the reason that one the way this case being court, a lot of other allegations for this particular case, they flow around, but those are all allegations. So it's not just the approval, because the president, they approve everything. They approve so many things. But why this case is so unique? Now because they find out saying the money and the way they approve them and the money, it gets some kind of self-interest, conflict of interest. Now that make it in a court. So I just want to
I make us say I know they follow the case in court yet. Yeah. Because for people and they allege say this and that, the evidence have to be proven. So all of the allegations, people like we will not interested, because the reason why, if you say you will give me $5, you therefore can prove them. Not so. If you're able to prove them, the president will defend it himself. Yeah. So that way, don't know what for left arm. Let the process take its course. You understand, eh? True. But another thing is good friend Uganda. It's like to say if you get your way today, right, the end is Excellency. You know, but anyway, I can understand where we come from. But let's give peace a chance. You understand, eh? Let's give peace a chance. But I go assure and say they go exonerate the president out of that issue. Until we will come back now, we'll testify to what we don't discuss today. Say nothing okay for come out of it. Let not expect it and they go lock the president up, then they go indict the president, just like my friend is saying. I don't think that's not the procedure they go. Nobody never lock nobody up, you know. And the president don't have to match another commissioner there if he don't want to. His lawyer can represent him throughout the time. You understand, eh? So not to any issue. So long just leave him no hope that peace will come at the country, then we move forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Abdul, you get anything
Marco.
to say?
Yeah, I just want a little bit buttress with the Kotame can be the pages, no? That let's wait till the facts can come out. But at the same time, I think in fairness, they will have to find out or they pursue the line where they can say some of their brother they have to explain some of these wealth where they're able to acquire within the 10 years. They have to, really, in fairness, you know. So if they don't, unless if the Commission of Inquiry exonerates them as national holiday, then we leave it alone. But if I go back to what my brother just said, on the basis of the inquiry where you be the allude this way, then send a letter to the president for calm. If we look at what the secretary to the president say, I don't know, this my brother, make it clarify. You don't think say that is something really the judge in the commission of inquiry for probing to if what is being circulated in the social media is correct, we demand even the letter we demand right anti-corruption. I see somebody put on social media where the president tell and say they can use the house for the mining, we come for renting house. And we, according to this house belongs to him and wife, where they pay for in the tune of $500. I don't know why.
500,000 or $500?
Yes, sorry, 500,000. I start to be corrected. 500,000. Thank you for correcting me. Again, none of us here are lawyers or even don't try for do paralegal business. But just on that one and that one alone, let's just assume just on that one. Then, if I were the judge, I would really want that the president can talk. I mean, I will get the courtesy as an head of state, which this idea of the president, the can send a lawyer, yeah, that is true. Here in America, we see that it don't happen. I mean, they can go to a state house, which is in this state house, but since you not get state, and it's not get state house anymore, they're a private citizen, I don't think say it's wrong if they will acquire the civility and the respect, but for they come in public equity in former secretary alleged say the president now he say XYZ, but I don't think say if for that case alone GFK only for go there. The president also has to go either rebut or refute what the former secretary say. Now the man has produced a letter after that deal don't seal, meaning the president don't sign, don't give the go ahead for using house within Regent, whatever they call that place by Imatianda. So then if for something like that to happen, if I'm the judge, I go want to know really why of all the houses in Chitalo, why the president of the country for suggest to your secretary, say, well, why would not go use your house? Are there no more places in Freetown to be leased out?
So the point where the time for talk about is the conflict of interest, right?
Correct. Thank you so much. So therefore, the president must not be given the benefit of the doubt on that. Like what my brother say, oh well, the president don't need for going to that court and like go. No, those are questions. JFK, no matter he master the laws of Sierra Leone or the laws of anti-corruption, he's not going to answer because then that means he's not doing his job. A fourth-year law school not going to do that for going into the head of his client for answer that question. But Mr. President Koroma, now he will come by just the judge say, well, Mr. President, why you recommend to his secretary? There is a letter here written by your secretary. Why you recommend for to let them use the host for rent in the tune of 500,000? Who that decide the amount of the $500,000? Who was there? Who makes the decision? Who the company are they willing to rent this house? Then they inspect this house for CNC conducive by the standard which they want to and all and so on and so forth. Now only President Koroma will able answer that question today because his search already don't put them out public, you know. So JFK no go able to answer that question today. That means you aren't going to the president is. So like then like I say, Mr. Moderator Mankota, there's a conflict of interest here and it kind of stink. I'm not saying of all the other issues, you know, like so that's why I said I agree with Mr. Kanu. I mean, yeah, they have to be held accountable or responsible for make some of them, not only Ernest Koroma, they explain this or explain what we they don't get. Some then they will be no say them they don't get small money before they go into politics. So they know we them do say they don't get nothing. And Ernest Koroma being born, bred in Sierra Leone, and the only investment we be known they do after teaching at St. Francis and then work for NIC and then commodity work for Reliance with at Jamil Said Mohammed and company, then we go one for no if assuming like what they allege, he has 20, 30, 40 houses the nine I don't how you get them if it is true. But
my brother, you may observe a little bit.
Wait, David, they come in. I don't say. I want to ask you a question, maybe David, after Mr. Abdullah.
Yeah. So in that case, not only him and everybody else, we don't serve. Just like for example, let's assume they call on Aribu Combo for like that video where he go now Lokoma Samaya and Eskoroma, they work on that small bridge and host. They show and the video. They say Naya the barbecue the day a swimming pool up this that. I mean those in America you and I know that's not a good evidence assuming there was anything committed by Combo we call a government or commission would say once then we say okay Mr. Combo now we have the record of a member of parliament salary. Can you tell us how you are able to get for example through Story House Narukupa A Naya and B Naya and this house where they build now based on an estimate of which we don't get expert then we value it to the tune of 50,000. Can you tell us who sort of investment we get in the country and outside the country? Perhaps in the country in Sierra Leone, you can able to forge. But here, if Namina come back so well, I get money in a Bank of America. Well, Bank of America not go back data. Then go know exactly when I open the check. I mean when I open the account, when I be there before I return home. So those sort of things that are the try for say no more. That
All right, David. Let me ask you a question based on what Mr. Abdul says so and what so far don't come out. I know say you know follow not the follow up waiting they go on this case here, but in the case that that letter where the witness them produce it is say authentic and will then find out say yes indeed Ernest Koroma actually they take $500,000 not only also $500,000 for a house for a rent for the same government petroleum. According to your opinion, what do you think in India? Is it a conflict of interest or what?
Well, Mr. Mankota, what you have to suggest, we never follow the evidence and the discussion across properly because the reason why, nobody not talk waiting have been the defense or the rebuttal where JFK make in a court. Sometimes the way you see like when they write the Bible, remember them write the Bible long years, how would they interpret and so they change? So sometimes that letter they wouldn't they talk about the original of the letter. Sometimes not also it come out to what in the public they say. So the only way we're able to understand that clearly, if we follow up carefully and understand the argument where the defense, where they represent the president, they make in a court.
You get any kind of idea what in Fitzgerald say?
No, now the problem that unless until we listen to that,
does that means no other person no get no listen to that what and call it?
Well, I don't know, but
because nothing way then they broadcast live, so not to think way like a hidden thing.
Well, Mr. Wakota, I had for sale because we get to understand what in a JFK respond to the argument there. Just like I tell you, the document maybe how people address the document, maybe not also exactly be. You understand? People and they say the president approved 500,000. The letter say the president they get certain amount of that money. I don't believe that unless we listen from the court in document the actual document they wouldn't get and how the defense they respond. Because between me and you look logically, nobody in my mind, no presidential candidate in the world, no good right document them so that it's media for getting money back. That must, it don't make sense to me logically. Let's wait and see.
David,
David,
I think the mistake. What you
yes, sir.
Mr. Abdul, you get far from the phone. Near the phone.
Hello?
Yeah, you get far from the phone.
Hello, Mr. David?
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
I said, me they talk on the letter where Osho talk about Williams, whatever his name, where he writes to the anti-corruption, which is disclosure of interest. That is that of the letter of the disclosure of interest. You understand what I mean?
So he writes on the letter that the president is receiving money from that?
No. He said it talk on where now he own the property na the place, and at the president's recommendation and suggestion of asking for that of his particular house, him and his wife, the factory, to be rented out, to be leased for 500,000.
Yeah. Let me just throw a light.
Yeah, come in, Mr. Kabo.
Yes, on some of the things that came in. First, you asked two questions. You had two concerns. One, you mentioned about the people indicting the president when he's not found guilty. And they talk a lot of things about the media. And I answered to that. I said, yes, it's going to happen because he's a public figure. And besides, they see his enrichment. So people always feel say this inquiry is mainly going to be centered to him. And I explained that. Right? And I explained that, and if you roll the tape, you will hear it. I'm not tying his property to this particular case. That's not what I do because of the two questions you asked with the people, the population, and the public behavior. Mm-hmm. And that's how I tell you. I said people assume because, of course, they see already the wealthy are mad. So there's a possibility that they don't always say he's guilty. Understand? Okay. Now, coming back to, then you asked about the letter. You try to understand the letter itself, how it was framed to the president. And I did tell you, the letter is just a fine print because he is an ex-president, he's a man with constituency, he's a leader of a political party, and he's a father and a husband. So, and any other person could be written that kind of letter until you come to be proven guilty. So I didn't say he's guilty, and I didn't say he's not guilty. I said when he's found guilty, there's no way. But of course, the law will take its course. Whatever the prescribed law, if there's money he has to pay, if it's against
because you bring in, if he found guilty, that make have been totally and say, well, before they find him guilty, he get for stand trial first, and before he stand trial, he get for indict him first. So I mean, they just talk about the process. If there is any intent by the Commission of Inquiry for finding guilty, first of all, they therefore indict him. When they indict him, stand trial based on the government in case that they make whether they find him guilty or innocent.
And that's what I said. I said it is a stepping stone. Yeah. And there are more steps to follow. Doesn't mean that when he goes there, he's going to be indicted or he's going to be arrested.
So, no. but don't you think at this particular time, if Ernest Koroma, let's say, may God forbid it, let's say they indict him and then can't find him guilty, this is kind of a precedent, not so?
Well, let me tell you something. Nobody's above the law.
Not
if he's found guilty on what the transactions are, I understand the other guy is telling us that he's the president here, he can approve. Hey, we all have managerial positions in our little way. You don't just keep approving. You have to have a substantial reason to approve. We thank God when you mention that. And the amount in question, if I will correct some of you or what I know, is $550,000 for the rentage of informal
$550,000.
$550,000
Okay.
For a period of 4 years, a rentage with petroleum company for a period of 4 years.
So let me ask you this question. Is it the total amount of money for the 4 years or per year?
Correct. I hope I am right, but it's for 4 years.
For 4 years.
The
Okay.
rentage.
Mrs. not the letter yet, so I just the kind of speculation.
The speculation of the public is that You don't know if the house, the rentage is commensurate to the property. It could be commensurate. Maybe that's the price. Maybe the house is valuable. I don't know the house. The property could be valuable. You understand? It could be.
Is there any rent? Is there any house na salon where they rent $100,000 a year?
Listen, that's what I told you. I don't know the property value.
Okay.
And I don't know its location, and I don't know under which. Because this is a petroleum company. You don't know what they're going to use. Do the building? The building is
we started talking now, Mr. Mankota.
Well, me, I never ask question on both sides. Now, my responsibility. So, any company, the APC, where me part of, they put me APC for I ask the hard question for now we able to answer. And the company SLP ask the hard question.
Right. Now, so I'm trying to clear the point that that are speculation, and I'm just going into the matter. I'm not going to attack personality. Anything anyone says here, I'll take it as correct until it's proven. I'll take it as it is until it's proven, right? So I don't attack personalities. I attack situation, and I go into the details of the issues. First, the property. I don't know the value of the property. I don't know where it is located. There are certain ways. I don't know what is the property going to be used for. Whether it's going to be used for a heavy machinery work, it could be valued that way. But now the speculation is the public don't understand what is this building for. All they know is a petroleum company is going there. They don't know what it's going to be utilized for, and what might be the cost or the damages that might be caused.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't bring in American. We don't stay silent for
Mr. Mankota, so hold on. The price is not a problem until they found out that the price is authentic. Yeah, the price is authentic. But the issue of saying he's the president, he can approve anything, it's not a correct way.
Mr. Mankota,
people say that the speculation is that what the public is saying is that they said the rentage is too much, and so they're speculating. I don't know how to. 50% of it is going to go to him, the president.
That's what we had too. That's what we had, but since it's just an allegation,
these are all speculations. But as I told you, the court will look into the matter and make its recommendation to the president.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's what I said.
Okay, hold on, David. Okay. Hold on, David. Okay, well, yeah. So, but at the same time, what I want for let we emphasize, not put on for say as an allegation. So until we kind of we prove them, so it's still an allegation. So, David, before you come in, let me bring in Ahmed Kanu quick because he don't stay silent. Ahmed Kanu, we only get him a few more when they come for this segment. We come to the last segment. David, I will bring you come in. So, Ahmed Kanu,
no problem.
Quickly.
Well, Mankota, like I had said before, there are allegations. And allegations, until you are proven guilty, then you can be indicted. And when you are indicted, then you are on for any kind of penalty. At this point in time, the president don't send somebody for evidence on the allegations. We don't know whether he would be indicted or he would not. So assumptions we debate on right now, all the assumptions they lead to a lot of things that will most likely not going to happen. Or they will happen. We are not sure, and these are the early stages of the institutional investigation. So right now, as I have said before, we just get for follow-up and see if the allegations then go lead into other things or not. So now this is the whole thing at this point.
Okay.
It's too premature to make any kind of assumptive allegations.
All right. So okay, let me go to David. David, what do you want to say quickly?
Okay, what I want to say, that might be the talk before Mr. Kanu. He just don't explain himself carefully. Everybody say 500,000. They don't know 500,000 for how many years. So when people that go with the expression or impression say 500,000, maybe people at the mind of Sarah, they say maybe they think say 500,000 for 1 year. And obviously you're talking about a petroleum company. To rent a place, one, the way you look at it from a legal standpoint, you don't know the type of place. So the argument is, now make us say left now the court argument. You get to know the type of place, and obviously, yes, to rent a place for $100,000, maybe it's worth it because me and you and everybody will talk don't know this type of building we are talking about. So we give the president the authority and audacity for say, well, I can approve it because it's worth the while. Now I make they say, me don't see the president get any issue, but that thing we then go call him for he explained, did you approve this, yes or not? And he explained why he did. And I don't think there will be
but David, then we come back to the point we then call the allegations, and I want to emphasize them, allegedly. Then say 50% of that money they instead of it go to the COFA, they're gonna import it. If that is true, then that is a big problem actually. But this
who that present the allegation there? Because they say that Osho Williams, and I don't want to believe that. Because if he presents that he's already
listen, nobody know they believe waiting now that make them say allegations not to not factual until them prove them, so that make they emphasize saying now allegation. Nobody know they believe that, so it left to the government now for make them come out with the proof. But the fact that allegation they already don't flow around, we need for discuss them as a society, because we only talk about corruption at the country for saying that a cancer and something where they deprive we country. So certain allegation like this, if we don't begin flow, especially to the highest level when at the president, it's very, very sad for let them accuse the president of certain things like this when corruption. But it left to the government for make them prove their case. If not,
but it is not in the letter.
It will still end for be an allegation where unprovable.
It is not in the letter that Osho Williams wrote, because now that maybe they understand that man is like Osho Williams' letter also claim that the president is making money out of that, and I don't believe Osho Williams would write such kind of letter. It's
no. David, step back first, because I no say you know they follow up this now during the trial, that during the court now this thing come out. Now the witness that they say part of that money they go to the president in COFA. Not to the letter. The letter it then talks say the president approved for make them use the house for this amount of money.
But David, Makota, the letter then the man even refers to the president as the de facto minister of petroleum in the country, which the office of petroleum
Mr. Abdul, come near the phone. It's Alex, you far.
I said the man, even according to his letter, he addressed to Ernest Koroma as the de facto minister for petroleum. He writes on the letter.
Okay.
You know, he writes on David, he said a disclosure of interest. That's why he had the letter. He said, Your Excellency. Now he begin writing and went the letter. The last paragraph, the second to the last paragraph, now he said, since you are the de facto minister of petroleum and the ultimate destination to which all issues concerning the petroleum directorate are channeled, my official duties as your secretary have made it necessary to be engaged as the interface between this government agency and your body itself from time to time. This is Ernest Koroma the man was referring to. And the first paragraph, he said, my wife and I are the owners of the 3-story building situated off Regent Road East Station. We have been approached by the Petroleum Directorate, which is desirous of leasing the said property for a period of 4 years for use as their registered office in Freetown. This letter was signed May 1, 2014. The letter, keep on reading.
So you don't hear. I don't say you don't follow up. You don't hear.
Yes, sir, but the letter no implicates the president nowhere.
No, they're not saying they implicate him. They're just saying okay. Here is the thing. The people they write this letter now 2014. You understand? During the APC regime, right? So the letter now just presents during the trial of this case. And then more information begin they come out say the allegations begin they come out say 50% of that money they go to the right place, but this now allegation I want to emphasize that. So as media people them, yes, it's very hard for we, but we have to do we own due diligence for make we ask the tough question. I know say some of them question now where they ask some people they would they listen and say now the APC PRO now they ask them kind of question. Yes, but I not say they go for what they call up. But at the end of the day, I am in a media program far from the APC. Besides, if we all they say corruption is a cancer in our country, well, let we all come together and fight them, irrespective of whether you're not APC, you're not SLPP, you're not anybody. Let we fight them together because that's not the only way we're able to win corruption. Otherwise, if me corrupt because you na me friend, then you decide for back me, then we're not going to able to win corruption because the next person says we go say you know sit down and the way them corrupt them back their young friend, the other person. So corruption they still generate, you know. But these are all allegations until proven. So let's take say now speculations. Let the process go through and let we monitor them. That one that one number for let we know. Now let we move to the president in security. So we all know saying a couple of weeks back there was a problem between the security forces who were responsible for issue security to government officials, including former vice president, president. Okay, so the security office then say then they go replace Ernest Bai Koroma in security when that's security. Now in the former president, according to what you understand, and he's supposed to forget. And when then go, the president say no. Number one, they not inform him. I think we'll talk about this, but some more information they come out. They're not inform him. Number two, he elect the one way they may not use for over a year or so. Now elect for make them still continue. So the security office say no. We not they give you a permanent security because then you have to go protect you. So then we withdraw that security, then they want for replace, and the president saying, no, if that's the case, then you know will accept that. And from that time up to this time, I don't believe say the president even gets security, and based me understanding, he not gets no government security at this time, and which is very very dangerous as a former president. You know, when you be a leader, you can hurt people them. Now the reason this way they provide security. Certain decision way they make, it hurts certain sector of the society, and you don't know. Some of them people then will get that at the back of the mind. The way now victims of their decision, and they will get that at the back of their mind and decide for those stupid things. That the reason this way and say even if you don't come under power, you are still entitled for security, where the governments they provide for you. And now, if the former president not there for how many months now, he not get official government security, this is very, very dangerous. I don't know whether some people that they see and the way they see them, but there is no way a former government official, especially a former president, not forget protections from the government because he worked for the government for 10 years, over 10 years. So there must be some way where this impasse supposed for resolve and let the former president get in security again. Okay, let me start again with Mr. Akabo. Mr. Akabo, what do you think? This will just get for 5 minutes for each person.
Yeah, it is a very sad situation. It's unfortunate it happened, but this is what I would say. The opposition is losing every day because anytime they take a step, it affects them. We see the strikes they are making, we see the walkouts from parliament, all that causes doesn't mean that the government is not running, it's still running. Ernest Koroma did the same thing as a president, and he knew the rules and regulations that these are the stated rules, it's constitutional, and in fact it's a police routine that your security could be changed without being informed. And they did bring the security to relocate the others, and he denied them. It's the same thing the members of parliament are doing. The celebrity they say no, and it affects them at the end of the day. Now, that's what affects him. Now, I see two things, one or two things in that situation. He created the problem, and the SLPP knew very well, I'm telling you, they knew very well that, first and foremost, it's going to be a problem. And we're going to look at the constitution to see whether this is mandated. As an ex-president, you're supposed to be having security. And he's a leader of political party.
So when he's going to his office, all his security will be with him. And we never see a leader of political party when there is no election time having security. So he's in double trust. And so when he denied the security, he would have accepted it. But when he denied it, the SLP relaxed. So you know what? Let's look at these facts. This guy is a head of a political party. He's a chairman. And this is not campaign time. And at the same time, he's an ex-president. He's going to get security. So there's going to be that rivalry. So when he decided not to take them, I think the SNP sit down, because I don't know what the Constitution says about that. And I want actually trying to find out, what does the Constitution make any provision for such a situation? Because, these are unforeseen circumstances. And sometimes in certain areas, we make provision for unforeseen circumstances. This happens to be an unforeseen circumstance. We are not expecting that. And Koroma will be a ex-president and be a leader of a political party. And as an ex-president,
so we just get 5 minutes. We just get 5 minutes.
So that's a very, very important situation. So he lose them.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Abdul.
Mr. Kago, and I tried to educate you, I'm sorry, but the Constitution of Sierra Leone, where Ernest Koroma not be even then a parliament, ever been dream say, he could ever be a member of parliament from 1977, we run, we no win, okay? It then at the books of Sierra Leone. So you can Google the Constitution now, after Mankota, that is entitled to this security. I'm not trying to defend Ernest Koroma, I'm trying to defend the system and the Constitution.
But hold on, Mr. I didn't dispute that. I said there is a technical point of him being an ex-president and a leader of political party. There is a rivalry for those two positions. That's what I said.
They found out their way set up the Constitution. They not be look at the technicalities. They not be ambitious.
Yeah, that's what I said.
An ex-president will be a party chairman and leader. So if you don't be, they cannot go back and change it.
No, there should be a clause. There should be a clause for that. There should be a clause for that. If there's no clause for that, they're going to take the advantage.
Hold on. There should be a clause. But since the clause not available here,
right.
And as somebody will bring that thing to parliament, or let them debate and pass them, and the foreign president pass them. So they have to go with what the Constitution says. Now, maybe perhaps I will agree with you, because you talk about him being a leader. It don't matter. He can be a leader. He still get in 30 security steps. He can go APC meeting, then I can be a Kamala. Now, in fact, he gets security not as chairman and leader of APC, but he gets them as an ex-president.
That is where the conflict of interest comes.
Okay, hold on. Therefore, if they want change, let them go back to the parliament. But what they so, it is, I'm sorry, I hope the mother will hurry up and change this thing, because this will be a bad precedent for the nation. Unless if they talk another one to stop the parliament, because we have the judge of
But remember, Mr. Abdul, remember, they didn't take them from him, they denied them. That's the point. They didn't deny them.
Mr. Kago,
okay.
Mr. Kago, that's the trend. Now that's what I say. Maybe the point where you say, no, we don't whether
there is some a lot of noise. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Whether anything that the Constitution will say, then security they are rotational. If he did it, then he has no reason to say that. But if they're not rotational, when they give them, and these are the one who feel what you mean? Where you feel?
Let me come in. As we all know, Adea as a true journalist, a true media person, I feel a little bit offended by the way the SLPP they try for use security as a yardstick for go on to the the opposition. For example, when Sam Sumana go meet Ernest Bai Koroma, and he go withdraw Sam Sumana in security. But having said that, I also want for no say Ernest Koroma self supposed for know a little bit better, because these are some of the things where Ernest Koroma self do. If you now remember, during Sam Sumana issue, where then go for go, where then call Sam Sumana, waiting I been they say. Then say, then they go replace Sam Sumana in security. Sam Sumana say, bo, when they can't replace my security, where when not they inform me, then say, well, they don't need for informer. So this are something where now a president way and a scrum myself don't do. But the problem no more is they not use them as a political game, because security is something very, very dangerous. Now people they go protect, but indeed there is some kind of political dimension into this on both sides. So me, what I just want for make Ernest Koroma and the government do, make them put that political aside, because security of former vice president or president not supposed to mingle with politics. Now this country, they never do them. Unless you disagree with somebody, you still they get to security, because you work for the country. Tomorrow, Madam Yokin, for power, if he begin to them here, then another what they call they come with another president, they come with the same say, well, there was a president. They're quoting some of them, and they talk today, so well, and the school maybe don't do it. So who side will get for end up if we look at the history that one the number one for make that bring in Ahmed Kanu, because we don't need out of time. Ahmed Kanu.
Yes, Mankota, first and foremost, besides the constitution, there are certain things the way get rules and regulations. For example, like the police, let's say police department, they have their rules and regulations for a lot of other things. Where of course they extract from the constitution, whether in a state constitution or the federal constitution. So when we talk about security, we therefore examine first and foremost the security, whether in rotation or just like the brother Mr. Fonti said, because my government change that. And therefore examine that one day. If the case of God is therefore associated with the choice of the former president, that's the what he wants, now then they forgive him, or them forgive him any card them way them for just sending, as long as he gets the security necessary. Then and then I then force them for examine whether there are rules and regulations where they conduct that. But we just they talk no more above we own heads. We they talk about whether it is the constitution or these are things that are regulated in the rules and regulations of the security. We don't know. So if we then send a new security to the former president, the present government, are they right to just send their any security way now your choice? I mean, as long as
Mr. Ahmed Kanu, that's the same thing we just they talk about. That make precedent as something very, very, very dangerous, especially bad precedents. You've been there at this program where after then send SSD them for go change Sam Sumana in security. We discuss about that where then come out.
It not been there. It not been there.
Okay.
No. No, it not been there. When was that?
When we were talking about Sam Sumana's issues on the end.
Yeah.
No.
So
we
guys, hold on, guys.
Something
Mr.
that
Kabo, hold on.
3 years ago.
Hold on, Mr. Kabo. We are going out of time. Yeah. And I've been warned. I'll give chance. Hold on. I've been warned. Now this program, I've been warned. Myself, I say, hey, that will be careful. Because some of them see how they do so. Tomorrow, they come back to our country. If you not remember, during the program, and what I say, and then say, I think we've been bringing somebody from the government way and say, well, the security, they get the right for change security for any government official without even informing that government. Because me, my own concern was why they not inform the vice president before the go then security day, you know, and that was a big topic in this program, yeah. So now it becomes a problem because and the Koroma now they try to argue the same thing. You see inside the complication can do. So you get 1 minute, Mr. Ahmed can make it complete.
Marco, 1 minute clear. I don't know that this program before the 2012 election. Mr. Cabo, they can't tell me I was in this program 3 years ago. I don't know whether Mr. Cabo knows about time. I'm sorry to say that.
Okay, now continue. Okay, David Cabo.
All right.
I think Mr. Cabo don't know.
Right.
Mr. Ahmed can don't know. David come in if you get anything for say.
Yeah, what do we think they don't happen and the argument where we they put forward? We just don't want to let this behavior continue.
Yeah.
But it is fine. Let His Excellency himself and the APC members then sit at a quiet moment and see the wrongs the way they do and the issues they do.
Yeah.
You know, another person on that particular issue, they people and they speak in favor of the president's insecurity. You know, unfortunately, I would not because what he did before, that the same thing that he himself do before. But the only problem we get as citizens of the country, we will not want that practice there for continue.
Continue exactly.
Because when the SFTP comes, the SFTP say they get a new direction, they go change the wrongs.
True.
So the SFTP say they not change the wrongs, what thing will get to happen? Obviously, if APC can power and go do the same thing back to SFTP and nobody no go oppose that, so we continue this same nonsense on and off.
That's my point.
Now that no more respect for another for say, would they say, okay, Mr. Ernest Koroma, but they not fully no. We just know one say, you know, like quiet moment and I ask yourself this question here. What you did and how you go address and now for change them. Maybe His Excellency the President himself can change this behavior by accepting the issue and dealing with them the best way able to deal with them. You know, maybe that's the best thing will happen on this situation. But for defend the president's position, it's a sort of fault. It is very sort of fault. You see, because the naive against them, I think it's fixed up. Just like a peace process, the president are the one, the ex-president are the one person who able to help for fix up. He able for fix up. But the argument when they say for removing himself from the leadership of the party, I don't think any of we get a right to make that decision. Then the man gets the right to make our own. Because the party where they under get the constitution. So the bottom line is that we just get to continue for the pressure the government of the day to say, listen to me, you cannot do this. You have to follow the instruments of the land. You understand, eh? But it's very unfortunate that the APC then put themselves in this position. But it's fine again. It's fine again that we for who are APC people with a point finger say this is wrong. So
Yeah,
for what you would try to say,
I remember exactly now this program. I warn we leaders them say we not stop, don't do this.
I applaud you.
It come back for come by its way.
Today.
I did warn
Today
them.
you are a man. I applaud you. Today you are 100%, 110% man plus. Appreciation. Today, yeah.
because I reported that to face, you know, it's very unfortunate.
So Mr. Cabo,
Yeah.
so if you see APC man there, then they come with them kind of truth here. We want for let you say self in a neutral because now you supposed to come with the truth. You know, so we want for once in a while that maybe they see them truth then they instead of just one side.
Let me give the last word to the truth.
Mankota, the same way we begin for put together the diaspora initiative project. That was around 2009, 2010. Where Tpn radio been on they already were begin talk about that. There is Mr. Cabo talking about me being out of this program.
Mr. Cabo, very important.
Mr. Cabo, this is very, very
about Mr. Cabo.
The diaspora initiative project was mean as the secretary around in 2009 where Tpn radio don't do it. You are not interested in don't do it. You are not there.
I'm talking about.
All right, guys. This you know important again, guys. We know say we don't do a very good job now. This program we say able to sustain up to this time here, and every time we come with the most salient points. Them, I think we all get for happy. We all get for all lose and for say yes. You know what? This makes we bring we together, and sometimes the discussion sometimes can be intense, but at the end of the day, we are comrades, right? We are members of this wonderful media. So when I forget about those type of things and petty stuff there. Well, I think say we don't exhaust this. But again, what I just want to say is to the SLPP party, if the APC do wrong, the people of Sierra Leone say, okay, we're not happy with what the APC do, so we put una na power, then put una as a party where they want for una do differently. But anytime una they do the same wrong, then una they point finger to the people the way they don't already punish because they do the wrong. Then why first of all una dey na power? It don't make sense to me. Una can una say una get a new direction. Yes, we know say some of we get the mind for point out the wrongs what we do, because that's not the only way we will able to make we change. When you accept the mistakes what you do, then you will get the time and courage for making change the mistakes then they. But before you do that, you must get that courage for accept for say yes I did wrong. That makes some of you always know the afraid. Now the media or privately with the accept and say this is the wrong way we do, so we will able to change. But the SLPP then come for make them can't change directions. But so far what I see, now the same direction and they go. And every time when they point out them mistakes they say, oh, now say self una they do am. You know they help our country at all. You know they help our country. You know, we want.
So can we get the last word? One minute.
Huh?
Can we get last word? 5 seconds or so for everybody.
Except you want for tell Mr. Kanu say Mr. Kanu this now just a normal work. So I will
no, man, cause Mr. Kanu not anything when he tell me what I know they say about me. Don't tell me you can't talk about it. He knows that very well.
Okay. Well, you not get no last word. Now me get the last word. The last one you get time. So again, ladies and gentlemen, on a serious note, you see the program. This program why it's very very important. It's very very popular. Now because we get diverse, opinions. A lot of people they're waiting at this program and are APC members then. But when we talk, if somebody know one disagree with, we ever believe say we are APC members then. Because we dey talk in that neutral way there for the benefit of the country. So I want for now we continue for use this podium as a way for educate and try for improve the knowledge of the people them, irrespective of what people them think. So I want for now we continue with this. So I just want to thank you now and we will see you back, the same place, the same time. And make sure say una follow up social media, but social media na something way is becoming very very dangerous now, because there are so many misinformation where they go on where it's not even funny for discuss anyway. So goodbye, good night.
All right, thank you, man.